Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl back again with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Princess and I document about my life here in Poland. If you're a returning subscriber, hey, nice to see you. Welcome back. Thank you for clicking. So guys, as you must have seen from today's title, I'm going to be talking about some of the challenges I faced while studying here in Poland. My first year, my first semesters, the challenges I faced. Just because it's not that everything was smooth and fast for me, that I was just a genius, and from out of nowhere I was able to adapt very quick, and I was just graduating with good grades and all that. So I decided to share my experience and the challenges that I faced. So I'm going to be sharing these challenges so that you can also learn from it, so that you can also avoid them. If you're new here, if you're coming, if you're already here, so you can all learn. We are all going to be learning from each other's experience. So but before I start, please comment below. I would like to know what are the challenges you faced studying abroad. Like, it doesn't have to be here in Poland. If you're studying anywhere abroad, what was your first shock? What was the first challenge you had? And let me dive into my own experience. So as always, disclaimer, I'm going to be sharing my own experience, my own challenge. If you are from Nigeria, from some part of Africa, you might actually relate to this. Please leave comment below if you can relate any of my challenges. I would like to know that I'm not alone in this. So my first, the environment. Yes, I mentioned this in my previous video. I'm going to be relating to that video a lot in this current video, the video where I talked about how I survived my first year of school. If you haven't watched it, go, it's here. I don't know if it's coming up first before this or it's already this before it. If it hasn't, then I will link it. I will let you know, but if it has, the link will be here. So I think the first thing was the environment. Yeah, the school, the education system was different. The educational system was totally different. The environment was different. What I was used to was different. So I think I was in Poland like few months already before the school started, but I didn't go out. I was just indoors, and I was just looking forward to starting the school. And finally, the environment was so different. When I mean the environment, it was people from different backgrounds, different cultures, different understanding. That was my first challenge, because the challenge was the communication. Yeah, they are not like Americans or British that you can just speak very fluent with English. So communication was different. Everybody was speaking the way he or she understood English and how they can actually communicate. The first was the environment. Like, the people were different. I was hearing people saying, "I'm from Croatia." I'm like, what? I'm from Slovakia. I'm from Nordic region. I'm from this. I'm like, I haven't heard all that. I'm here, UK, London, Princess, really. UK. I think I've not heard of Holland or France, Paris, obviously, but those obvious cities. But Slovakia and Croatia and Belarus, Ukraine, they weren't very popular. So for me, it was like learning about that. So, and environment. After the environment, I think another shock was the mode of teaching here. Guys, the mode of teaching was different for me. I was coming from a typical classroom setting. Like, you have to sit, your teacher in front of you, and you are seated with your pen and paper and your note. Like, your note, you have to basically note to write everything. So during the school inductions, they gave us like a very big notebook that you can actually use. So I had this notebook. I was excited with this pen, and I was in the classroom. So the first lecturer came, a lady, she came and she introduced herself. Yeah, it was fine. And then she put on a laptop, like, okay. And then there comes a slide down, a PowerPoint. And then she introduced herself, and that's it. The class began. I was waiting for the time they would say, okay. Although they were right on the board, I was waiting for the time to write something and nothing. I mean, I was taking notes, like I saw that everybody was taking like some important things, like for example, they will tell you when the exam is going to be, when the first test is going to be, the second test, the requirements, and how you're going to pass the class. So those things you need to write them down. So I mean, the first was, for me, was just shocked that, okay, after the class, she's like, I'm going to send you the presentations, you can have it in your mail, you can have it, you can, I'm like, wow, where I come from, you have to buy the textbook new. You have to buy the textbook, or you have to, it has to, I mean, like, I was expecting like a traditional settings of sitting. So first shock and first challenge was, for me, was, there was a presentation, there was, I have to, and I don't really like reading from screen. I love to read from my textbook and write down. So that was the first challenge for me, which I think it's good. Like, it's very good that you have this. Some of them, I still have some of this materials from now, and they actually have like a platform where you can actually go check your grades, and the teachers upload the materials there. Like, there's a school platform where you can log in with your password and everything. All the teachers, the assignments are there, everything. You can just log it and do everything online. Like, you don't have to queue like in Nigeria and do all those kind of things. So that was first for me. Secondly was when some classes was a little bit difficult for me. For example, when they were economics, mostly they were talking about European economy. For me, it was, I don't know much about European economy. I was used to American or UK. To learn new things about this economy and all these kind of things. And when they talk about the Soviet Union and all these things, like, they were totally new. Like, they were new to me. I'll read some of these things to be able to participate in the class, and also, I mean, to understand what they are saying or what they are referring to. I think another challenge I had was team projects. Oh my god, that team projects, yeah, it really helped me at the end, but at the beginning, like, getting to like just be with random people, because the teacher comes to the classroom and just tell you pick numbers 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3. Then you group 1 create, everybody creates group, and with that you start creating, they give you a case study to solve and stuff like that, and you people are together trying to resolve this. So for me, like I said, the communication and then this team project, I wasn't used to that. Even in Nigeria, they will, in my schools, yeah, sometimes we had team project, but it can also actually be one person that did the whole project. The rest would just be like, please put my name, please put my name. But here it was different. Like, you need to actually literally show your input. Like, the teacher will send you a grading sheet that you need to write what you did, then with that, everybody in the group will have to grade you, and then you have to grade yourselves. So if you were not participating, if you bring the kind of, he will help me do it, he helped me do it, nobody will help you. They will even call you out that you're not participating. So the group project, secondly, I was shy. I wasn't shy to, not very bold to actually face other people to give a presentation. So should I call it stage fright? Yes. My first presentation, I will look for the picture. I'm going to show the picture here. My first presentation, how I was so dressed, my long hair and everything ready, but I was actually having a little bit of stage fright. But yes, facing people, presenting at the first time, it was difficult. It was challenging for me. Another thing that was really challenging for me, guys, was the resources. Like, you have a lot of resources here that if you don't know how to like streamline it to the one that to what you need, you get lost. You spend a lot of time like you spend a lot of time looking for what you need. Yeah, there is internet, there's library, online library, there's library like stationary library, there's everything. There's loads of resources to you, open for you, available for you to use. But if you don't really know how to dig, how to search, what to search, you will just get lost. Like, you spend hours looking for like a single definition for what is management, for example. Like there was a lot of resources and I didn't really know how to like streamline it. I didn't really know what to actually look for. I'd been open to a lot of resources and don't know how to use them was actually a big challenge. And that's not just all. That's also being able to use your laptop that you actually have, you know. My bachelor's degree, my first semester, actually I had a laptop in school. The first thing that they tell you, oh, when you're coming to school you have to come with your laptop. But I have to be honest with you, like I used this laptop maybe once or twice like in school. The rest time I was using to watch movie. If you're in Nigeria, you know what I'm talking about. Please leave the comment below that if you can relate. I was using to watch movie. Oh. That's how I came here. Oh. They said, oh yeah, write us a term paper. I'm like, term paper. Okay, I can write it with pen now. Go and look for who would type. Who would type it in? You're on your own. Oh. So you had to like sit down. Actually, the way you're thinking is, I wrote my whole thesis myself. Like I was sitting down. If you're Nigerian, you will really understand what I'm saying, because if you're not a Nigerian, you'll be like, well, how's that a new thing for you? Like I sat down and wrote the whole 60 pages myself with nobody, nothing, you know. So I had to learn how to actually use my laptop. Yes, to actually use it to do what it is meant for, not to for watching movies and all that kind of things. So that was actually quite challenging for me, that I had to type my term papers. I need to, not just that, guys, plagiarism. Oh my god, you know, for Nigeria, yes, some lecturers actually are very, very serious when it comes to plagiarism. I would say that because during my time of writing my thesis in Nigeria, my supervisor was very, very keen to that. He really was serious. But here it's with everything, with your term paper, with your exam, with everything. You can actually go to jail for plagiarism here in Europe. I don't think I've heard anybody go to jail in Nigeria for plagiarism. So that was actually a very tough one for me. Like I can just quote somebody, but even citing the person properly was actually a problem, because you can actually know what you're doing, but you didn't even cite the person properly, which can actually fail you, because the teacher will write, so where is the source of this? Even though there's a biography of how your resources, blah blah blah, in books, citation, food, whatever, however you want to cite, referencing how you want to reference the person. That was a huge one. So if you are a Nigerian, we know our system. There's no need to cover up. We know our system. Just learn this. You have to really, really, really reference. Your referencing must be top notch. You have to, you have to learn that. So that was a difference for me. Like the differences of referencing. You need to actually ask the teacher to know if they're using Harvard or American, whatever type styling that they're using for referencing or citation. You need to know. So that was a huge one for me. The one was actually reading the map. The school was big, and sometimes you have classes in wing A or wing B or wing CB, like there's so many wings. And sometimes, and I'm like, if you laugh at me with this point, God is watching you. Like sometimes they were like, okay, the class would be in wing something, and I don't even know how to use the map to get to that place, you know. These were just challenges that I faced, and now I'm laughing over it, but then it took me a while to learn. I had to ask questions, like I need to say, please, do you know where this is? And somebody would just be pitiful and just take me to the place or just direct me. So I think I'm not issued. Like another challenge I had was being able to combine, I think in my second year first semester, how to combine work and studies. That was a huge one for me, because like I said in the previous video, I made it a point to always go to class, and no matter what. But it got to a point that, yeah, the job, I needed to work more, and I needed to, so I wasn't really paying attention that much in school, and I was like, I was all over the place. So it was a huge challenge for me, because in Nigeria we don't have a system where you can actually work at the same time and study at the same time. You have to do one. You have to either work or you study. Combining my studies and work was a major challenge for me then, because either I didn't want my work to suffer the consequence, and I also don't want my studies to suffer the consequences. And it was a full-time studies, and from Kosminski then you can't really say you can come to class. Like, you have to come to class. There's attendance, obviously there is participation in the class, so it was actually quite challenging for me. End of the day, I learned most of these, and they are very helpful. This is why you're studying abroad, like learning experiences, like new system, adapting to it very quickly and things like that. So it really helped me, because I was very open to learn. I stopped seeing them as a challenge. I started seeing them as something that I need to learn to be able to fit into the system, to be able to achieve what I have come here to do. So that's it basically, guys. Some that I might not, because I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to leave it here. There are other challenges that I had apart from the main school things. There are other, like how to actually pay your school fees and other things, and also how to do your residence card then that you don't have any knowledge about. So there were other things that I actually faced, but I just wanted to leave it at with the school and getting to learn and things like that. So that's basically it, guys. These are my experiences, were the challenges, but I'm happy now that everything is done, and yeah, I can share with you guys. So as always, leave in the comment section, let me know what were your challenges that you faced first time studying abroad, if you're studying abroad, or what do you think will be your challenge when you come to study here abroad. So as always, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. As always, subscribe now, you people. Subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification, so that whenever I upload, you will be the first to know. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.